in our orientation checklist, we have our pool service requirements that you'll get a copy of. On a daily basis, I have visual and audio inspection of the pool for potential issues and maintain proper water chemistry. So what does that mean? Do you need to go out and look at your pool every day? It's recommended. What happens if a pump is on, draining water into the side of the pool? You're only going to catch that if you walk out and look at the pool or look at the equipment. So if you have the ability to do that, at my pool here at my house, every single morning I walk out, I look at my pool. That's just a habit. I want to see, is the water level right? Is there algae growing? What's going on? But I don't necessarily walk out and test my water chemistry every day. I don't walk out and service my pumps every day. So daily is a visual and audio inspection. Do you hear any noises? Do you hear any loud noises? Do you hear a motor burning up on a pump? That's the audio portion of things. Just be aware of what's going on in your project or your backyard. And of course, I say maintain proper water chemistry because we want the water chemistry maintained throughout the week. Twice per week we have in our proper maintenance, chemistry testing and balancing as required. So before I said a couple times a week, twice per week if you can get out and check your water chemistry and make proper adjustments, sometimes maybe more in the summertime, okay? Twice per week, clean the skimmer baskets and your debris baskets. We talked about that a little bit in the orientation. The skimmer baskets, debris baskets, once or twice a week, depending on the time of year. You don't want those to back up because it restricts flow at that point. And we say twice a week to brush your pool. Now, I'll be honest, my pool, I probably only brush a couple times a month. But when I first got it, I would brush it a couple times a week. In fact, brushing your pool, hopefully you're watching this video as soon as you get water in your pool, but we ask that you brush your pool up to 5 times a day and more for the first 5 days or so. In fact, we put that in writing in our construction agreements. Just because new pools, they're fresh plaster, any dirt that gets in that pool could actually bind to the plaster and you can start to see stains. So brushing that dirt off the top, it brushes the some of the Portland cement residue off the aggregate, and it gives you a brighter, cleaner looking finish. So back to the proper water increments, but brushing the pool a couple times a week is ideal. Twice a month, we ask for you to check the filter pressure. Okay, we'll go into that when you look at the filters and pumps, to check your salt levels, visually inspect your UV and ozone status for some of the blue lights. Check for leaks. You're looking for water around pumps. You're looking for anything that looks like the pool is leaking, any patio settlement, any wet spots, moisture spots. Report that to us so we can take a peek at it. You want to verify that your programming is accurate. This is just twice a month, making sure your schedules are running at the right time. In the summertime and wintertime, you might be on a different energy program from SRP. So I might run my pumps during the day with solar because I want to use some of my solar. So I'm running my pool pumps during the day, but in the wintertime, I might be running them at night or vice versa. So look at your SRP or APS bill, see when the cheapest time to run your pool is, and set your schedules that way. So you do have to verify and change some of the scheduling and programming. You also want to make sure that maybe your water features are set to come on every single day for 24 hours because you had friends in town. You want to go back and take those schedules off. So that's why we ask to verify your programming and your automation a couple times a month. And then if you have a sand filter or a DE filter, backwash the filters if that's needed. Most of our systems are designed with cartridge filters because we have the best flow rate as the debris starts to back up within the cartridge filter. So the dirtier our cartridge filters get, they don't reduce the flow rate so that we have cleaner pools and more horsepower, more flow to our inflow cleaning systems. Next, we go semi-annually, which is every 6 months. We need to check and clean our cartridge filters. So like I said, 95% of our pools have inflow cleaning systems and cartridge filters. So typically we find that those cartridge filters need to be cleaned every 6 to 9 months. You want to check and clean your salt cell if you do have a salt pool. Every 90 days is possible with high use. So in the summertime, it could be every 60 to 90 days. In the wintertime right now, did you know that your salt pool doesn't even turn on when it's under 55 degrees water water temperature. It's not effective, so it's got a cell prolongment setting where it does not turn on. So in the wintertime, you might not have to clean your salt cell as much. Every year, we recommend a thorough assessment and check of all your pool systems. We do not come out at a year. That's not a courtesy service at a year and two unless there's a problem. Again, that would be by you or a service professional, but again, that's just a visual check, making sure your UV system is working, your ozone system is working, that your programming is all working, maybe that your water is in perfect condition. Every 2 years, if you are using a cyanuric or a stabilized chlorine dispensing system, that's one of the chlorinators that you drop the tabs into, your cyanuric levels, as we talked in Pool Chemistry 101, your cyanuric levels are going to be up over 100, and you're going to need to do partial drains of your swimming pool. So every 2 years or so, drain your pool water, refill the pool, and rebalance the pool. And every 3 years, if you have the systems like UV, ozone, salt, you're getting into the lifespan of those systems. So UV lamps and ozone lamps usually last 2 to 3 years. Your salt cell is a 3 to 4 year, projected lifespan. So those, you need to start looking to see if those are working to 100% capability and start looking at replacement or service on them. I also have consider replacement of the salt cell filters, O-rings, seals. This may or may not be required, but it's part of our checklist. Again, my service techs might quickly go through this with you. This is part of our service requirements and our pool orientation, but right now this is me telling you about each one so that you can have a little bit more information on what each one of them means.